Uganda is considered one of the most hospitable countries globally, hosting over 1 million refugees in camps in various regions of the country. The refugees come barely with nothing and need food, shelter, education and health services. Although Uganda has received praise for its hospitality, the impact of the refugees on the host communities is alarming. Just like in the video by Uganda Biodiversity Fund in Changwali refugee settlement in Hoima district, the refugees are responsible for depleting a large section of Budongo forest in search of firewood and construction materials. Some of these people are oblivious to the dangers of deforestation. According to government, agencies like the United Nations and others are not dealing with the problem of environmental degradation. The matter was raised by Gerald Simon Menya, the acting commissioner of refugees from the office of the Prime Minister, at the regional conference on forced migration in Kampala. Different communities and refugee agencies responded to the complaint, saying efforts are being made to address the challenges.
A study has been conducted and it has been discovered that where refugees are in the first two years, the loss of vegetation cover is close to 58%, meaning that 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years down the lane, maybe within 5 years or 10 years, there will be no forest wherever these refugees are.
I asked the Commissioner of Refugees as to why government has not done enough to push the responsible refugee agencies to ensure that they provide alternative fuel and also construction materials.
There are no trees in Turkey that refugees are using. There are no trees in Pakistan, but refugees are provided with gas by the UN system. So it is.
Uganda, why is it?
And I don't know. That's now the £1 million question.
So we are working with solar and we're trying to see how we can expand those solutions to refugee settlements and hosting districts.
What we're trying to do is to work with host institutions, including schools, prisons, to replant with usable species both for firewood and for other purposes, construction purposes.
Also highlighted is the high pressure from refugees on education in government schools, in addition to the language barrier. Added to the list is the high crime rate and protracted tribal wars within the camps. This also affects the host communities.
There's an example of where the Noels and the Dinkas were watching a football match, and then I think their differences were resurrected there in the hall, and they fought and they killed one another.
The LC5 chairperson of Visinjiro district, Jeremiah Kamurari, spoke to NTV about some of the challenges faced by host communities.
They're always segregated. Can you imagine that our people cannot even use the ambulance of UNHCR when they are locals, when they are accessing their facilities? It is only the refugees who are supposed to use those ambulances when they are going for into far hospitals. We are wondering. And yet, for wherever where they are going in the far hospitals, those are far hospitals of the Ugandan government.
Critics say that government should ensure the interests of the host communities are not ignored in pursuit of ensuring the welfare of refugees. Sudil Biaruhanga, NTV.